sense, naturally, all humans beings are naturally emotional. No human being has been spared from this sort of feeling, as I can explain it. An emotion is a feeling that we all have, but there are those who were bestowed upon them the ability to control their emotions. Some from a very early age, but some can learn it later on in their latter stages of their lives, and some go without ever being able to ever have control of their emotions. Of course, there are the various kind of emotions, which I'm not going to go into, but today I'm going to concentrate more on the jealousy, emotion of jealous. Jealousy is an emotion that we humans, every humans, possess. At a very young age, you can even observe young children. Probably you can observe through siblings, sibling rivalry. You know, younger child, the youngest of the child, probably, if you have, if you've seen a family with two kids, right, for example, and then the younger child probably has more attention. The elderly one will naturally feel jealous because they also want that attention for themselves too. So this is a natural. It's just a natural happening. But as a man and as you grow up, this emotion could be very detrimental towards you, and it's it definitely would work against you if you're not able to take hold of it and control it. Many a men have fallen because of this emotion, and then their inability to control it has caused them to go and do things that are unheard of. Jealousy is something that probably was bestowed into us so that we are able to protect, and I'm guessing to protect our mates mostly, because this phenomenon usually arises when we see our mates being approached, or we are threatened that our mates may be taken away from us, maybe our wives, girlfriends, or whatever, right? Which isn't a bad thing, because it's your mate. So if you feel like that mate is being taken away from you, then I guess you could go out there and maybe what, protect it or take it back. Not in a simple way, but that's how our biology was made. But to divert a bit from that, I'd like to say or talk about more about the way jealousy now plays more on the role of jealousy now on our what we see now in these days, right? Whereby someone has something, they possess something, and other people want what that person has, right? Even though they could get it if they worked hard at it, worked hard for it, and they definitely get it, but they're not willing to work for it, or they're not willing to sacrifice whatever they're doing or whatever they have to get that thing right. And thus, what happens is that they now feel a sort of way because now that person has exactly what they want, but they still feel like he does not deserve what he has. So why should it be him and not me? That sort of jealousy is more harmful than not. It goes two ways with that sort of jealousy, where you're jealous of someone's progress, you're jealous of someone's possessions, right? You're converting people's possessions. It can either motivate you to go and get whatever that person has that you like, whether it's a car, they can motivate you. You feel jealous and you want to compete, because as men, it's natural to compete for. It's natural to compete for things, right? Position, whatever it is that we men like. It's very natural to compete for it, and that motivation could be good to. The emotion as in jealousy could be good to go and get whatever you want. So in that way, it's good as long as you stay focused on getting the thing, and then you're not going to deter from that and start thinking otherwise, and that okay, I'm competing now and I'm not getting what I want, and so what am I to do? Should I bring harm? Should I deceit? Because that's the other road now, being deceitful, because you cannot compete, and thus the jealousy, that emotion now subdues you, right? Such that now you're unable to think clearly and in a more rational way, and now that emotion has taken over you in a very negative way, such that now you're beginning to feel hatred for that person who possesses that item, or for that person who has what you like, or that position that you like to have. That sort of thing is what we see now. Even in the internet, we are always seeing this. Someone is moving up, someone is getting more subscribers than you, someone is getting more likes. I'm talking more on YouTube, even Facebook. I'm guessing it's the same, because I haven't been on Facebook for a while now, and I don't intend to go back unless it's for business reasons, and I might have a business account. Same thing with Instagram, the likes. All this brings out these emotions on people, because it's something you see in real time. You don't just hear about it, right? Back in the days, you'd hear about someone, for example, here where I come from in Africa, in Tanzania, someone went abroad, or someone went to a better school, and you'd feel some type of way, okay, man, you'd be like, ah, damn, yeah. Most of the time, obviously, you'd be happy about it. Some would be happy, some would be jealous, but that brought a lot of competition in us. But now, because a lot of people just live in their heads, from their heads to the internet and back, they don't really live. They don't want to live in the real life, in reality. They don't want that. I guess reality is too harsh, maybe. So now all they can do is think that the other person has got it more easy. They have it easier than them. If someone makes it, it's because he's got a rich uncle. Someone gets a girl or something, it's because he's more handsome, he's tall, he's got money. Yeah, that he's got money thing is one of the best excuses here. Everyone has that. Someone gets a great job, it's because he's got connections. Yes, I realize that you do need connections, but still, most people with this connection at least have the credentials and to get whatever job they got. So we are seeing this sort of thing, which now, because people are not willing to go out there and do what they're supposed to do, right? Work out themselves. So they just sit back and create all these sort of excuses in their heads then why that other person has got where they are, why those the other person has got what they have, and why they do not have what they think they're supposed to get. All these things are on in their heads. So for those who fall victim to this sort of people, right? I can say victim, that people keep on telling you that the reason you're this, the reason you're this, because you are more privileged. You had a more privileged path. You had a rich uncle, rich dad. Just ignore these people and continue on your path, because everybody, and I mean everybody, has obstacles on their path. No matter how rich, no matter how privileged they are, they have to go through stuff. Albeit some stuff may be easier, but that does not guarantee that if you were in that person's shoes, right, you'd have made it. No. The only person who can say that if I was in that person's shoes, I'd be there is that person who's already there. Someone who's already made it. Because if you can make it with the smallest amount of resources, then you could definitely make it with much more resources. But that's not guaranteed to do so, right? So those who they just sit back. They're called the keyboard warriors or whatever. Sit back, and then all they know is to spew rubbish, hogwash about others and how easy they have it, how it's much more easier for them to succeed, and how they complain and whine about their hardships. They should take a hard look at their lives, and they should realize the only person that is stopping them from getting what they want, the only person that is stopping them to get where they want to be, is staring them right there in the face. They should go to the mirror and look at that person, and the only way they can remedy this is to look deep inside themselves, right? Think about their shortcomings. Think about their strength, their weaknesses. Be true to themselves. Tell themselves the truth and stop falsifying things. Stop the excuses, right? Excuses never made anyone go anywhere. Excuses will keep you wherever you are, and you'll stay there, because excuses just make you do nothing but excuses, but more excuses, right? You create nothing with excuses, but more excuses. So these people should look at themselves, drop the excuses, stop thinking to themselves that everybody has it easy, everybody else but themselves have it easy. Go do the work that's supposed to be, even if you're starting small. Start with whatever you have. Start with whatever you got. And try and control those emotions. Get rid of those emotions. Be more logical. Be more planful. Be goal oriented. And stop thinking that everybody else is winning because of some sort of what some sort of blessings or something like that. Yes, there are blessings out there, but you cannot get these blessings without rolling the ball, without getting yourself out there, without rolling your sleeves and doing the dirty work of what you're supposed to do. You can just sit back, sleep all day. You cannot do that. Sleep all day. Don't even try to do anything constructive. Talk all day about nothingness. Watch TV, Netflix, listen to radio, bullshit, and then expect that you're going to be fruitful. Doesn't work that way. Get rid of those emotions and do the work. This has been Alfred, and I'm signing out. More knowledge to you.